I'd like to go ahead and add on really quick to the thread that I have going on in the story right now about neuroplasticity and the two questions to ask yourself and the ways to change your behavior, how it works internally. Is let's say you actually go ahead and start learning on how to change it. Like what is the plan? What is the regimen that you're going to start doing to create a change, right? And once, let's say you did it today. Let's say you're trying to, and this can apply to anything at all, but we're just going to go with a easy example. Let's say you're trying to change a habit of exercise and eating, right? Or you're trying to change a behavior habit or an emotional habit or emotional response, right? So you would spend some kind of time intentionally learning the behavior, deliberately trying to learn the behavior, whether that's seeking information on it, seeing how you can fit this regimen into your life, reprioritizing, whatever the deliberate action is. She threw me off. Whatever the deliberate action is, right? Take a moment after and either have a moment of rest, like deep rest, or sleep. This actually accelerates the rate of retention to the new habit. Why is this? Why can it be retained while we're learning it? Because you're actively learning it. Your brain has to intake the information, or it's you're deliberately doing something. But when you're actually sleeping, now your brain can go ahead and connect new neurons and create the neural pathways. Have you ever tried to learn something that day, and then in your sleep you see something that relates to what you're learning? That's your brain saying, okay, let's go ahead and retain the information that you learned today. Keep doing that. You're creating neural pathways for that new habit to now eventually become second nature to you. And that's where the trying part eventually becomes a habit. You know, like how you wake up and brush your teeth and you don't even think about it. Okay, at first, you're going to have to think about and deliberately act on the new habit or the new behavior, the new thought, the new perception, the new routine that you're trying to create. Okay, and then in your dreams, when you're deep rest or you're sleeping, it's creating the neural pathways. Eventually, it's going to become second nature. That neural pathway will have already by then be created, especially if you're consistent. And then it becomes second nature to you. You know, for example, I don't even think about, oh my God, I gotta exercise tomorrow. I used to, but now exercising is actually a second nature to me. It's part of my life. You know, it's part of my way of life. It's my lifestyle. It's a priority. It's something that at this point, outside of thinking about the programming and variables, I don't think about. I just do it, right? That goes with anything. That goes with thoughts, behaviors, habits, anything, really, anything. Apply this to anything. You know, think about anything that you're trying to change. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be diet and exercise. It could be the way that you're reacting to something. It could be something that triggers you, that you notice, like, I don't want to be triggered by that anymore, so let me go ahead and ask myself some questions, understand, and then let's see how we can change this. You can literally apply this to anything. It could be people-pleasing, trauma responses. It can be overreacting to something, which overreacting, again, there's a deeper thing going on there as to why you're overreacting. You should ask yourself questions, seek to understand it, don't deny it, accept it, and then change it. And part of changing it is neuroplasticity, which is what we are talking about. You can even do this with manifesting. And yes, this is not a woohoo word. There's actual science and studies behind that. Like, it's a real thing. You can actually use neuroplasticity in your benefit for manifestation, for manifesting something better. Now, will it require you to change into a better version of yourself to align with what you're trying to manifest? Absolutely. So that's something that you've got to know if that's what you want to do. Okay, so if you're open to changing yourself, then you can be open to manifesting something new. But you cannot manifest something new in your life, a new experience, a new feeling, a new perception or behavior, new surrounding, new any of that, without first changing what's in you currently that's resonating with anything that's not that. Right? Because wherever it did, you would have it. Okay? So if you have it, that means you are somehow in alignment with it, which is why you're creating it. Okay? But if you don't, if you really and truly take the barriers off and just really think of what you really truly desire in life, inside and out, and if there's any part of your current reality that doesn't match that, and any part of you within you that has any blocks towards it, that's your work right there. And neuroplasticity helps with that as well, because in order to change how you interact in the world, you have to change the neural circuitry that is responsible for a lot of that, and your nervous system as well. You got to heal your nervous system. You can't go on and have a fucking fabulous life and with everything that you desire, having constant trauma responses and being unconscious about it. Your actions, emotions, perceptions, and behaviors have to align with who you are now and who you're trying to become, and not who you were when these things happened. There's a big difference. So if you find yourself in any kind of loop, it doesn't matter what the loop is, but if you find yourself in one that you don't like what you keep experiencing in some way, shape, or form, then it's time to look inside and see what part of you resonates with that experience. Okay? Because there's something in you and the way that you perceive and feel things, and yes, energetic fields are real. Okay, and there's something in you that is resonating with an experience that you no longer want. The key here is to be conscious of the fact that you do have to ask yourself, what is it about yourself that is resonating with that, and how can you go about changing it? What is the desired outcome that you're looking for? First of all, what is it that you're looking for? Not through the lens of the limitations of your current reality, but what are you really actually looking for? What is it that you want to change that experience into? Okay? What is going to be the replacement? You have to literally feel it as if you're there. Picture it over and over and over and over. Feel the emotions of that full encompassing experience outside of your current reality. Okay? Keep doing that. Keep creating those neural circuitry. And ask yourself some hard questions along the way as well. Like, what is it about you that what is about your perception or whatever it is that is aligning with that, and what is a new way, new behaviors to start replacing that? As you're going through this experience, when you go to sleep, when you're in deep rest, and you have dreams about it, that's your brain working on it. Keep going. Keep doing the work. Keep rewiring. Keep doing the new regimen. Keep trying to take the pause and responding instead of reacting from the past and from what you already know is not working for you. Take a pause really quick. Breathe. Calm down your nervous system, because remember, your brain is still going to go down the way that it knows. Take a pause. Take control of that. Do something to distract that thought and respond in the way that you're trying to go. Respond and show up as the person that you're trying to be, not the person that you've been.